And he was really bold enough to say, like, he's like,
You're this?
I know you're gay.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Friend of Dorothy, like you are. I just know. And I'm like, what? No, you don't know me. No. I go to church. Like, how dare you?
So you didn't tell him?
No, I did tell him.
Oh, you did?
I remember him being like, you just need to be you. Like, it was the first real encouragement to be like, just be gay.
Yeah.
He's like, but why wouldn't you be? Because you are. You know, like, it was just like...
How refreshing.
It was really simple, but it was just really refreshing. And the first almost like permission that someone had given me to be like, yeah, just be you.
Queerfully Made Podcast acknowledges and recognises the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islanders as Australia's first people and the traditional owners and custodians of the land on which we create and share. It is an honour to share stories through this podcast on the lands of the Wurundjeri Woiwurrung people of the Kulin Nations, a culture rich with tens of thousands of years of storytelling. We pay our respects to their elders past and present. We extend that respect to Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples listening to this podcast.
Queerfully made. Ooh, yeah. Queerfully made. God, hey. Queerfully made. Come on now. Queerfully made.
Welcome back to Queerfully Made, a podcast where we talk about the intersection of faith, sexuality, and everything that goes on in between.
Everything.
Episode 2. Well, episode 1, part B.
Part B.
That's what we're calling it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, great.
Because we're still learning about us, still introducing us.
Yeah.
And today's your turn. You're under the
The spotlight.
spotlight. You're under the spout where the glory runs out.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Have you noticed there are some things that are just incredibly inappropriate that are said in the church, but you just didn't realize while you were in there?
Oh, and now I've got like actual accounts on Instagram that I can follow that show me how inappropriate some of this language and actions are.
I love saying under the spout where the glory runs out. It sounds so filth.
Yeah, doesn't it?
But
Yeah.
it was what happened when you'd stand at the front of the altar and get touched. Which again,
Yeah.
he
Consensually.
touched me.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
He touched me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I saw the video of it was a Southern church in the States, you know, and the pastor's favorite saying was like, come on, somebody. So then they went round and
Don't
did
come on, somebody. That's when the church gets in
that's
trouble.
why they get in trouble. But they're like, if you had to, they went round and did like a vox pop of interviewing like all of the church members and were like, you know, if you could like name his favorite saying, what is it? And they're like, come on, somebody. So
And
then you've got
none of them know it's
no,
because they all live that
know it.
sheltered life.
Oh, and it's
So
just cringe and yeah, but amazing to look back on that stuff now and laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So tell me where it all began.
Where did it all begin?
Little baby Ben,
Little baby
born in New
Ben.
Zealand.
Born
I
in-
only found that out last episode.
Yeah. Yeah.
There we go.
Born and raised in New Zealand. Small town New Zealand. I mean, that's pretty easy to do.
Yeah.
New Zealand is just a bunch of small
Bunch
towns.
of small towns, yeah.
But yeah, mum, dad, brother and sister. I'm the eldest of 3 kids. And yeah, on the farm, pretty happy. I want to say sheltered, but also just really happy family.
What sort of farm?
So we were on a dairy farm. Dad was a sham milker.
A sham what?
A share milker. So share milking as in like
Share milking.
share milking. So like milk producing cows.
Okay,
Yeah.
yep.
Yeah.
We're on the same page. I thought you said sham milking, and I was like, sham wowie?
Sham
Like,
wowie.
What?
Yeah, no.
Yep.
So yeah, so that was fun. We had, you know, we were out playing a lot, if trying to like help Dad. Not that we were, you know, probably helping at the time, but yeah, I had a great time, and that's kind of where it all started.
Love that.
Yeah.
And then the move to Australia, did that happen as an adult?
It did happen as an adult. So yeah. So
there's a lot of growing up to do.
A lot of growing up
Let's
to do.
not skip forward.
Yeah, it's let's go back a little bit.
Yeah.
So as kids
Yeah,
growing
what
up,
was
we got sent to got sent to a Christian holiday camp at school holidays. So my dad's side of the family had all gone as kids as well.
Yep.
So it was one of those Christian holiday camps that have been around forever. They did school holiday programs, and they were Christian. So that was where I first kind of got introduced to God and faith, and met other Christians. And then we went as kids, and then I became like one of the helpers, and then eventually a leader. But I'd said to one of the leaders at one stage, I was moving from small town to one of the big cities, if you can call it that. And she suggested that I go to this particular church and check it out. Mm-hmm. So I did. I was
mega church.
14 years old. It was a Christian outreach center at the time.
Okay. Yep.
So yeah, very happy clappy.
Yep.
I went. My nan was staying with us at the time, so she took me. She came with me for support.
Yep.
And we ran into her cousin there. So I got to, which was great because then I sat with them for the next
something
3 or 4
familiar.
weeks. Yeah. So that was kind of my first introduction to church.
Love that.
Yeah.
What an easy entry into church life.
Yeah, it was and it wasn't, in terms of like I was the only one at my family at the time that was going. So Nan didn't live in the same city as us. So when, she would come when I was there, when she was down. But other than that, it was just me going on my own.
Yeah. So your experience of church back home, like in the small town, was basically just going to those camps.
Just the camps.
And so that was you and your siblings, but your parents weren't doing that. So no church outside of that.
No, I think I remember being really young and going to church with Mum. So I think Mum might have had a faith and kind of was going to church, but Dad, definitely don't remember ever going with Dad.
Yep. Okay.
But yeah, my grandfather was heavily involved in the church, in an open brethren church, was kind of a minister. And so I guess that's where there was further encouragement into my faith as well.
Yeah. So tell me about moving to the big city. What are that?
Yeah, moving to the big city. I would have been 13, I think. I'd already done a year of high school.
I don't know why I pictured you being an adult. Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry. So when you said that, my picture went.
Still a teenager.
Yeah, so still a teenager. Yeah.
Still a teenager. It was a really confusing time, I think, because it was around that time that I really started noticing, sexually how I'm feeling, coming into my own, who am I attracted to, and it was all guys. Like definitely, all of my female friends were in the friends camp. I did the whole, I'll show you mine if you show me yours thing with girls as well.
Yep.
And
then you're like, no, not into it, sorry.
But that, it was always them asking me, not the other way around. But with my guy friends, I was like, hey, we should try this too.
I'll show you mine. Yeah,
if you show me yours. So yeah, I think my first kind of like proper sexual experiences were with guys.
Yeah.
At a really young age, but were also separate worlds in terms of church life was over here where I was pretending to be the good Christian boy, and then over here in the dark spaces, in the closet, in the
was that stressful?
Behind closed doors? Super stressful.
I can't imagine.
Yeah.
Like having to keep two lives going.
Yeah. Yeah, pretending to be both. Or probably more so, if I had to weight it, it would be kind of 80-20.
Okay.
And those weights would probably change at different times, but I think 80% Christian, 20%. And I say 20% in terms of like acting out. And acting out for me, like I didn't have any...
So wait, what's the 20% defined as?
As like...
Gay.
As gay.
Well, you can be gay and Christian. That's the point of this podcast.
At the same time.
Throw that 80-20 out the window, sister.
I would say the 20 was more so...
impure.
Yeah.
living promiscuous.
Yeah, like the
Yeah,
activity,
okay,
the way that
yeah.
I was living that life.
Yeah, no, I get you. I was just being cheeky.
It was all, it all happened, away from anyone else. I don't think I really told anyone until I was 15, 16.
Wow, okay.
And at that time, it was to a youth pastor or a young adults pastor to talk to them about my struggle.
How did you tell them? Did you tell them out of your own desire, or did someone force you?
No, I don't think they forced me. I think it was built through. So we had a really beautiful relationship. He had really taken the time to get to know me after. So my dad had left home when I was 15.
Mm-hmm.
So major life change in terms of our family dynamic.
Yeah.
So he really took the time and took me out for coffees and all that around that time. So we just got to know each other really well. And I got to share with him what was going on for me. And it was received really beautifully. It wasn't that anything was wrong with me. But
He didn't condemn you on the spot.
Definitely not. No. But encouraged me into, these are the steps that you need to take to become...
To curb that.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. And there were some courses, I think, recommended at the time and books that I should read. Cy Rogers was big at the time as kind of the the picture of what it looks like to once be gay but now be on the other side of that.
The amount of Cy Rogers videos I watched trying.
One of the campest preachers that you will ever see.
He was still gay up until the day he died, let me tell you. As much as his wife would hate to believe it.
Yeah. Just suppressed.
We will talk more about that with Anthony Ben Brown because they knew each other quite well.
Did they?
Yeah.
Wow.
He's writing, I think Anthony's writing his biography.
Oh my God.
Because he's dead now.
He's dead now, yeah.
But yeah, I was like you with that, yeah.
But so he was kind of the, I went and heard him speak a couple of times and I had all of the, would have been DVDs back then. So yeah.
DVDs!
Yes, DVDs.
Oh,
Yeah. It's sort of really telling of the era though.
Oh, it would have been the same, but I'm just like, I haven't heard it. You wouldn't even use a DVD now. I don't even know. I don't have anything to put it in.
No, you don't have a player.
Yeah. And when you've got nothing to put it in,
it
just doesn't work.
It just doesn't work. That's a metaphor for life. If ever I've had one.
So we've gone way off track
already.
So you're telling a few select people.
Yeah.
Out of feeling like you need to fix it. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. With the intention of being healed or fixed or, And I had a girlfriend, in that later part of my teenage years, an amazing girlfriend. But the great thing about dating Christian women is
they don't want to have sex with you.
They can't because they're saving themselves from marriage. And
Isn't
so was
that beautiful?
I.
Purity culture was good for one thing,
culture.
us gay boys dating the girls.
Dating the girls. It's true.
Yeah.
It was so lovely. Like, holding hands and kissing, like that's probably as far as it went. Which I still do with my girlfriend. Yes. So I don't know if she knew, but
so you never told her.
No.
She's not one of the people you told. Okay.
No, she's not one of the people that knew. No.
Yeah. And was telling family a safe thing for you?
I hadn't told family at that stage. Yeah. So they definitely didn't know. What they saw was the good Christian boy going to church on a Sunday. Not even just Sunday, twice on Sunday, and then however many other times during the week.
Yeah.
So youth group, church in the morning on Sunday morning, and then church Sunday night was the big one for like youth and young adults. So that's what they saw, you know. And then I was 19 when I left home to go to Sydney to do Bible college. So that's what they saw, you know.
Which Bible college?
Hey?
Which Bible college?
Oh, it's...
Oh, sorry. Okay, we won't say. Tell me later.
We won't name names, but it was one of the big ones. It wasn't Hillsong.
Oh, no, mine wasn't Hillsong either.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, went with the intention of doing Bible college, and yeah, things kind of changed from there.
Yeah.
So I met my best friend when I got to that church. So we've been best friends ever since, and she's amazing. She's been a huge, incredible support throughout my whole life
Up until today.
Right now.
Yep.
Yeah. We are still, we're really, really, really good friends, and we're probably more along the lines of family by this stage. I'm godfather to her son, and it's really beautiful. But we met through doing dance for one of the conferences, one of the young adults conferences, because we'd both done gymnastics in the past. So
Why didn't that come out in the earlier part of your story?
Yeah, I was a gymnast.
I wasn't prepared for this.
I could dance.
Yep.
I wasn't amazing at it, but I could also do cartwheels and backflips, which means I could do that on stage, which kind of just like added to this whole performance production at church.
That's amazing.
So so she could do the same. So we kind of met doing that, and then and I met some other people at church during that time.
Yeah.
I hooked up with a couple of guys at church. At church.
One can only dream.
I know. I wish it was a nightmare.
What do you mean?
Well, I think because those two worlds have been quite separate for a long time. So this one, do you know what I mean? And I'd done such a good job of keeping them separate.
Yeah.
So this was church life. This was every now and then diving into, you know.
What did that feel like when the two collided?
It was too much. It was overwhelming.
Yeah.
Yeah, to the point where I couldn't handle it anymore, and went and talked to my young adults pastor at the time, who had no idea how to handle that situation.
No.
And was just like,
they never do.
There's a course that you can do, and we should get you on that.
Yeah.
You know.
Does this mean you're into me too?
Really soon? Yeah. Stop looking at me like that. Yeah.
Why didn't they send you to the girl youth pastor?
Yeah, why'd you have to come to me? But he did he didn't just talk to me and try to help me. He kind of like interrogated the other guys as well. And I say interrogated in terms of like called them into the office, like it was a principal's office, and asked if it was true. And so I felt terrible then, because I feel like
I'd
outed them.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I felt awful. So it was just all handled so poorly, and I just felt overwhelmed, and felt like I didn't feel like I was being pushed out, but I could feel myself moving outside or away from that community.
Yeah.
And I had a really good friend of mine at the time that used to love drinking and partying, and he would kind of take me along, and then we'd go to church on a Sunday, you know, to feel guilty, and go to the altar call, and go back to the pub on a Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
You were my favourite. You were my favourite Christian. Because you'd make sure that there was always a hand in the air on the Sunday.
Exactly. I was at every altar call crying.
I love you guys.
Yeah.
You're my people.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You paid my bills.
You paid your bills. And we responded to, not just you, but the smoke machines, and of course 100%. The atmosphere that you created. But him and I went to church one Sunday night. I think it's probably one of the last times I went at that stage. And I reluctantly went to the front with him. I think the altar call was for like people that were smoking at the time. And we were both smoking socially, but not like every day. It was just when we were drinking. Addicted. We were just every now and then.
Yeah.
And he's like, come on, we're going up the front. And I was like, oh, fine. Like I really didn't want to go. Didn't even want to be at church that night.
Yep.
So we went up there, and this woman prayed for me and said, there's a real battle going on for your life right now. You're being pulled in two different directions, and you need to decide which way you're going to go.
Ooh.
And
Ooh.
I'm like,
She said that to 3 other people before.
how dare you? It was
I'm
prophetic.
joking. Pathetic.
It was
I'm
pathetic.
joking. Sorry. We laugh because if we don't, we'll cry.
We'll cry.
Yeah.
It was too much.
Yeah.
I was already overwhelmed, and this whole situation, she didn't know about that. So that had been handled really poorly. So that was just too much for me. I made the decision. I was just like, I can't do this.
No.
I can't do both.
It's too messy and confusing.
It's too messy and confusing. And my best friend, who I mentioned before, I'd filled her in on everything that was happening. So she was really my only person through that whole time, and really kind of came with me as I decided to leave church.
I love that.
And then come out.
I love that.
Yeah.
She came with you.
She came with me. Yeah. She was amazing.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
She just came with you.
She just came with me. Yeah.
So you came out.
Well, I didn't let her. I probably haven't let her leave.
you dragged her.
I
with
dragged
you.
her. Yeah, kicking and screaming. Yeah, we should get her side of the story one day. And she's like, it wasn't.
And we
it
will.
Didn't go willingly.
I'm going to find out who this person is.
Oh.
We're going to get receipts.
Yeah.
So you came out. Everyone.
Everyone. Yeah, family at
friends,
the stage.
everyone.
Yeah. So and that was amazing, but also really hard because I was coming out, but I was overseas, away from family at the time and away from friends.
Yeah. Because they're in New Zealand.
They're in New Zealand. So I spoke to Mum on the phone, and I think Mum's reaction was, "Oh, darling, I'd be more surprised if you weren't."
Oh,
Which was so lovely. It just confirmation that mums know.
yep.
You know. And then I remember writing a letter to Dad because I was too scared to call. I don't know why, but I wrote him this letter, and it was super defensive. Sent him that letter, and so that was family. My friends at the time, I'd kind of run away. I'd run away to the snow a couple of times to do some seasons down there because I was partying so much in Sydney.
Yep.
And I think the reason for that is just I couldn't handle or couldn't deal with my situation and deal with what was going on internally.
The church friends.
I'd left my community, and they were happy to, didn't know how to deal with me and my situation at the time. This is way easier now that he's not here. I don't have to, he's not my responsibility anymore. But I'd come away from a community of feeling safe and included, and the plan and the intention was to go and do Bible college. So what now?
Yeah.
I'm in Sydney and partying way too hard to try and escape that reality of going, oh crap.
And how old are you at this point?
So I'm 21, 22.
It's the age to party.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was really good at it.
I'm sure. Yeah.
Really good at it. A lot of my friends were straight. So I lived with 3 others who were really, really good friends of mine, and we were super tight. But I didn't really have a lot of gay friends at the time. And I'd go to gay clubs and stuff, but we were also partying, and we weren't really going to those clubs. We were just going to any pub or club, straight bars, I guess you would say. Kind of got myself into trouble with drugs. So did quite a bit of drugs recreationally, but kind of got to the point where I was doing too much for what I could afford and got myself into debt. And then came the opportunity to pay off some of that debt.
Okay.
If I do some work or a couple of jobs for some of these people that I was working for.
Or in debt to.
Or in debt to. Yeah. So one of them was to bring drugs into the country, to say it plainly.
Yeah.
That was the job. And I was 23 at this time and bulletproof, and thought, I can I can do this and get away with it. Like, I'm not going to get caught.
I mean, these guys haven't.
These guys haven't. Yeah, happens all the time.
It's because they get other people to do it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and for good reason.
Yeah.
So the plan was that I would go with another guy overseas, pick up the drugs and bring them back into the country.
Yep.
And I knew this other person, but I'd met him before, but didn't know him well.
Yeah.
We were over there for longer than was planned, but we got back to Sydney, and that other guy that I was travelling with got caught with what we were bringing back into the country.
Yep.
And of course, when asked who are you travelling with,
He said you.
he said me.
Oh, what a dog.
Well, kind of.
No, I get
would it have
I'd
been?
say my friend's name too.
him. Would it have been?
What did Taylor Swift say? If we go down together.
We go down together. Yeah, that's right. I mean, everything that they would have found, if he'd said no one, and I'm traveling by myself, he would have. The further that they'd interrogated him, it would have come out that he was traveling with someone. So
Absolutely.
So yeah, we both got interviewed and then formally arrested by the Australian Federal Police at Sydney Airport, which was a very sobering moment of my life. You've seen all the shows and the movies where people get read their rights.
Yeah.
But to be standing in front of two federal policemen and a video camera
At that age.
At 23 years
Well,
old.
at any age, I'm pretty sure it would be scary, but
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, to be that age and be getting read your rights, I still remember it so clearly. It was one of those low points in life where you just go, oh shit.
And was any of your Christian stuff speaking to you in those moments?
No.
There was no,
No.
that's fantastic.
No, because I'd walked away from it.
Yeah,
you know, and I definitely wasn't.
But to have that confusing it all the more would be, I reckon, a whole lot of more pain to have to process. Yeah, so that's good.
Well, I think like the weeks and months following, I actually then, had experiences where I almost like found God again.
Yep.
And had some really powerful spiritual moments where I kind of invited God back into my life and was met with what I would call now is the universe, or other people would say God.
Yep.
But this incredible presence of unconditional love and acceptance and peace. Yeah. And I was bawling one night on my top bunk in my cell, in prison, kind of having this experience with God while I'm locked up. It was really powerful, but all part of I'd hit rock bottom in terms of what can happen to you. So this is an opportunity to rethink life and go, what am I doing?
Yep.
What am I actually doing with my life right now?
So how long were you in there?
So 4.5 years in prison. Yeah.
By the way, to all of you watching, I only found out about this recently. And I was like, save it for the podcast. So we're getting a raw. Yeah. I knew that you were in prison, but that's it.
Yeah.
So 4.5 years.
4.5 years. So 7.5 year total sentence and 4.5 years of a non-parole period, which means you have to serve that 4.5 years before you're eligible for parole.
Yep. So if you be a good boy.
Be a good boy.
So what does that look like for those of us who don't know?
What does be a good boy look like?
Yeah, what does it look like?
Be a good boy looks like, so they do random drug tests. So you had to have a clean urine test.
Yeah.
It was don't get into any fights with anybody else that's in there. You had to go to work, so they gave you a job. You had to go and do that. So turning up to that.
In the prison or outside?
In the prison.
Yep.
Yeah. So turn up to that, do your job. And then all the other rules around like the wing and the cell of like where you were, abide by all of those. And all that behaviour gets noticed.
And then were there extracurricular things like were there church services and stuff that you were like, oh, put me in there?
No, not initially. but they did come. So as you kind of progress through, once you get your sentence, and I wasn't sentenced for like 9 months, but once I did get that, they reclassify your security rating and send you to another prison, which would be a lesser security rating.
Yeah.
So I went to one for younger men, and then got sent to the farm out in like Western
Back home.
New South Wales. Yeah, I'm back. I'm back home.
Back where I started.
Yeah, full circle.
Mum, look at me now.
Oh my god.
Were you scared?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine.
So in the beginning, terrified. As I move through, you get more you adapt and get more comfortable with your surroundings.
Did you try to fight for top dog? Like, I want to be top dog?
No.
I watched Wentworth. I know all about top dog.
New video. I've seen too
Were
many
you
episodes.
linked with top dog? Were you the friend of top dog?
No.
Oh, it would have been so hard.
Yeah. It would have made life so much easier had I have... no, there was one interaction with someone that got me on side with them, and I didn't realise how much of or close to the top that he was. So when we got into the yard, then he kind of vouched for me and was like,
The yard.
He's all right. Yeah.
It's like a show.
Oz?
Yeah.
Prison Break? Yeah.
Wentworth. This is my...
You're just going back to Wentworth.
I love it. Yeah.
I think, so it was, I had to adapt. I had to change. I had incredible support, albeit from afar with family, but friends, like I had a number of people come and visit me through that time.
How did they all take that?
Oh,
Were they surprised? Like, was it like, did anyone have any idea of the partying and the
No.
debts and nothing? Nothing.
No.
So they were all surprised.
Shocked, horrified, devastated. Yeah.
And then how did they deal with it? Like, how did they treat you? Was it supportive and...
Oh, yeah.
That's so good.
Oh, it was so beautiful. I was forever getting letters because you could write to us and receive letters. I was forever getting mail. And to the point where it became a thing, like, oh yeah, of course you got a letter, Nicholson, like you always get letters. And I had visits.
Fan mail.
It was fan mail. I have had friends that have never spoken to me again ever since then. I have friends that just decided that, I don't know what they decided, but I've just never heard from them ever again from back then.
Yeah.
And others that were beautiful and would come and support me. And so I'm so grateful for all of that because that helped a whole lot. And I missed so much, I missed my sister's 21st. I missed my mum getting me remarried. I missed all sorts of things like throughout that time. So I'm very, very, very grateful to them for supporting me. And I think that was motivation to kind of, let's make the best of this opportunity.
Yeah. And how did you make the best?
Well, so the farm that I went to was had a program, like a personal development program in it. To help young offenders. So if you were aged between the ages of 18 and 24, you got sent to this farm. Chances are you were going there. So I got to go and do that and met the most incredible man that started that program, who really became one of my mentors and heroes. He's passed away now, but he was incredible. And what he started with to what he grew that program to be was amazing. So we would go out on camps, like overnight camps out in the bush with backpacks and, cooking gear and hiking boots and all the rest of it. Because this was all part of his program, was to get guys outdoors.
Yeah.
To
without
get them
the
into,
bars, without the fences.
without all of that, without the restrictions. It was all in with the goal of recognizing who you were, and the behavior that you kept, on repeat is not serving your life anymore. So how do we change that?
Good character.
Exactly.
Proverbs.
Yeah. Better preach. So yeah, that was a really incredible experience. And I stayed on, so I did the 4-month program and then stayed on as a leader, and got to be on other programs with the other guys that were coming through. So that took me right up until my release date in August of 2008.
Wow.
Yeah.
And Did they all know gay Ben? Like, were you out in prison?
No,
No.
couldn't be.
You went back into the closet.
Yeah.
Why couldn't you be?
Just to protect myself.
Yep.
I didn't feel like I could be.
Yeah.
So I had
you hear
to.
the stories.
If you hear
Like,
the
don't drop the
stories.
soap. So that sort of stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh. Was that a sore point? Sorry.
No. Other people have asked me, like, so did you drop the soap? Did you drop the soap?
Did you drop it?
And
Guys, I got
maybe
soap.
can't confirm nor deny if there was any soap. No,
So you had to be in the closet. So
I chose to go back in. So I was
Yes.
like, just as a protection mechanism, I'm like,
course.
I have to protect this. The way that threats gets managed, there's such a heightened sense of emotion when you're in there with everybody, that threats get managed very quickly, and they get shut down very quickly if it's threatening to them or their positional status or the moral code that exists within that system, which is crazy. So I just felt like I need to protect myself. I'm just going to go back in the closet. One of my friends had actually reached out to one of the welfare officers that was in there and had said, I'm really worried about him because he is gay, and I'm worried about what this will mean.
what will happen?
Yeah. So she pulled me into her office and was really discreetly was kind of like, this has come to my attention. First of all, are you okay? Are you safe? Have you, do you think anyone knows?
Yeah.
And so we were able to have a conversation. She's like, at any time, you can remove yourself from the main part of the yard and request to go into protective custody, essentially.
Yeah.
So she gave me that option, but I was like, I feel safe.
Yeah.
No one knows at this stage, but it's good to know that was an option.
Okay. So getting out, 2008.
Getting out. So just before I got out, so while I was at the farm, there was a church that would come and run church services with us once a month as part of their outreach mission.
Yeah, prison ministry.
Yeah, it was big at the time.
PM.
And they were the most beautiful bunch of small town Christian people that you could ever meet.
Yep.
And just wrapped us in love and baked goods, and it was just
Love that.
It was the best. Oh, it was so nice. And because I was on that journey of like finding God again, and I was going into back to being Christian Ben, that I was like, this is amazing. And I was kind of like shared a bit about my story. And we actually applied to have church services in the prison on our own on a Sunday. So the general manager of the prison kind of granted our request.
Okay.
So I kind of led a group of guys
In church.
in church on a Sunday, and prison. I put a Hillsong CD on that the other church had given me. They'd thrown a few resources which we were able to get through the chaplain for the prison, who was an amazing man as well. So really wanted to support our cause.
Of course he did.
Of course he did.
Yeah.
So we would have these mini church services on a Sunday.
Wow.
Yeah, and there was quite a few of us towards the end. So it was a beautiful community of guys, and another way for me to also hide or suppress all of the same-sex
Attraction.
And remember, I'm surrounded by men.
Yeah.
Nothing but men.
I want to say it. Thought it might be a trigger. But yeah.
But it wasn't. I did have a couple of experiences with guys. One guy in particular that kind of, the way that it happened, it was out on one of those overnight camps, and we ended up hooking up that night.
Yeah.
And then it kind of happened a few times after that. So again, two worlds in terms of I'm trying to be Christian Ben
Go back
again.
to this Christian. Yeah.
But I can't help feel this way and be attracted to this guy.
It's this tug of war game going on inside.
Yeah. Well, we didn't call it that, but
I feel it.
That was very real at the time.
Yeah.
So then 2008 I got out and spent probably a month in Sydney. It was such a bizarre feeling because I've seen it all of my other friends have their own release dates. So,
Yeah.
and you're so happy for them when it happens. So you see that for all of them, and then it finally gets to you. It just felt so surreal.
Yeah.
But my dad and my stepmom came and picked me up. Flew over from New Zealand especially for
awesome.
it, and picked me up, took me out for lunch and dinner, and we spent a few days together. It was that was really beautiful. But when they left, I broke down. I remember one day just being on the northern beaches of Sydney, just feeling really lost. And
What do I do now?
what the hell do I do now? This is, again, like super overwhelming. Just had to sit on a park bench and cry. It was crazy.
Yeah, and I don't think many people can ever understand that feeling of having to where do I pull the pieces for my life now?
Yeah.
Like what do I do to start?
Yeah, because freedom hadn't been a thing. And now that I have it, what do I do with it?
Yeah.
And how do I don't know how to be again.
No. And did you go back to church?
I did. So I left Sydney and went to Brisbane. I had some family that had offered, you're welcome to come and stay with us.
Yeah.
And some friends from back in New Zealand had started a church in Brisbane.
Oh.
That my aunt and uncle that I was staying with, they were going to that church as well. So it all just was
Pieces of a puzzle.
pieces of the puzzle came together. I was just like, this is
Some
great.
might say divine intervention.
Sure.
Yeah.
But it was a really beautiful, safe space. Again, super grateful for the support and
Yeah.
for them opening their home and
Yeah.
taking me in and helping me get back on my feet again and helping me find out what freedom feels like
What it looks like. What's next?
and what's next and what this new version of myself can be. Which is super encouraging for the Christian side of Ben, but it meant going back into the closet.
Yeah.
So that was the.
So you've come in and out of the closet so many times.
Well, so I'd been out back into the closet while I'd been in prison, and then really back into the closet when I came out because I was
like deeper.
pursuing this, the plan
godly
that God had for my life,
Yeah.
So, yeah. But again, leaning into all of that and the opportunity that was in front of me and the leadership roles and all of that sort of thing, but still acting out over here on the desires that I had to sleep with men.
Was it acting out frequently, or was it just like when there was chinks in the armor?
When the urges came up.
When the urges came,
Yeah.
I've really got to.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was, there were whatever that was, beats or sex on premises sites, or I was pretty limited to my options were limited because I was in the closet and had no.
Yeah, you don't want to be outed.
Yeah. And there were apps, but not like the apps are now, but like the apps back then, I didn't want them to be on my phone or be in my browser history or anything like that.
Yeah,
sure. So yeah, even being online, like even when Grindr became a thing, it was faceless profile on the DL, and I would, feel the guilt and the shame of being on there and delete it and then, install it
Yep.
another month later when the urges got too much and I wanted to act out again. And then all of the altar calls in between of, crying out to God, being like, please take this away from me, make me straight, make me take these urges, take this burden
Make
away
me
from
straight. Make me. Sorry.
me. That wasn't an anthem at the time.
It wasn't?
Maybe it should have been.
Maybe
Yeah.
you wrote it.
I did. I was living it.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you're up in Brisbane, in the closet, going to
In the
this
closet.
church. What does Ben's next steps look like? Like, what have you made your new life look like?
So I think I'd left that initial church and gone to another one that some other friends were going to, and quickly moved into leadership roles within that church. It was a bigger church. There's more opportunity.
Yep.
More opportunity for me to get lost in the crowd a little bit too. But was involved in young adults ministry, ended up leading young adults ministry. And again, I'd kind of talked about my struggle with a couple of guys because it was really overwhelming at times and I really needed that support.
Did that feel safe to do?
It did.
Okay.
Because I was very careful about who I shared that with.
Yeah.
And they are some of the best humans you'll ever meet, and held that confidentiality and held space for me to be able to share. And it was really beautiful.
And I think that's important. Like, there are some that just get it right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Even though they don't know how to, they're not
they don't know.
experienced in how to process it, but there are some that get it really wrong. But then some that just, they know how to just be a human.
Just be human.
Care and love for another human.
Totally. And the empathy, like one of them, I remember him saying, I just can't imagine it. Like if I was to, if this whole world was flipped on its head, if I was in church and everyone was gay, but I was the only straight one and it wasn't okay for me to be straight, he's like, I wouldn't, that's hell. I wouldn't be able to cope with that. It's like a really beautiful perspective to kind of flip it and go, hang on, if roles were reversed. Yeah. And I was like, yeah, that's what it's like.
Yeah.
So it was, he was a really good friend during that time.
Yeah.
And still, we're still friends.
Yeah.
Even though I've left that world behind.
So running ministry, you're in leadership, that tug of war is happening.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's getting harder and harder.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, is it a huge pressure? Like, because we've lived very different experiences. Like, I'm trying to imagine, like, okay, me in leadership with that same experience, like what it would have been like. I just imagine it would have felt like suffocating almost.
The pressure.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Of having the two lives going.
Yeah, it was. And it was a friend of mine that I met during, we were doing this homeless project together, and I met him during that. And he's very perceptive and just picks things up.
Yep.
Like, he's a bit of a freak in that way. And he knew from the moment he met me.
Yeah.
That, and he was really bold enough to say, like, he's like,
You're this?
I know you're gay.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Friend of Dorothy, like you are. I just know. And I'm like, what? No, you don't know me. No. I go to church. Like, how dare you?
So you didn't tell him?
No, I did tell him.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. I was just like, you know what? Yeah. Because there was no threat, because he was kind of attending church, but he wasn't involved like the rest of us were.
Yeah.
But so it was non-threatening. I was like, yeah. And he was just like, I remember him being like, you just need to be you. Like, it was the first real encouragement to be like, just be gay.
Yeah.
He's like, but why wouldn't you be? Because you are. Like, it was just like...
How refreshing.
It was really simple, but it was just really refreshing. And the first almost like permission that someone had given me to be like, yeah, just be you.
Yeah.
And I think one of my girlfriends at the time, so we dated for a little bit because, I was dating Christian girls. And her and I are actually still very, very good friends. And she's beautiful. I think
I'm friends with all my ex-girlfriends.
Are you?
100%.
Yeah, great.
Every single one.
All of them.
I'll give them a call. I think it's just the nature of being a gay guy, right? Like,
but I think too, like, I've had other friends that have come out later in life, and those girlfriends have felt like, so you were lying to me through that whole time.
Yeah.
I get it. It can go either way. But yeah, I think she tried to confront me at one stage.
Yeah.
But I was not ready to talk about it.
I don't know what I would have done. No.
No, not ready. Closed it off. I shut it
Let's
down.
have sex now.
Okay, I don't think I would have gone down that route.
I'll prove it.
Yeah, I'll prove it right here, right now.
Like, how do I stay safe in this situation?
Take your clothes off.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, so
yeah, no.
yeah,
wasn't
so
ready for
you're
that.
sorry, I cut you off. This girlfriend.
So yeah, she tried, but this friend in particular, he like I said, almost gave me permission for me to kind of say it out loud for the first time. So for a while, like I was going out and hanging out with him and his group of friends, and
Still in leadership.
and they knew, but yeah, still in leadership. So partying with them on a Friday night, recovering on Saturday, going to church on Sunday. Yeah,
Was that stressful?
so stressful, but so
Liberating at the
Liberating
same
at the
time.
same
Oh my
time.
goodness, yeah.
because I had this outlet where I was just like releasing all of this frustration and all of the other things, the guilt and the shame but yeah, it was very much leading that double life for a short period of time, and then COVID. Yeah. So 2020, I was talking to a girl on Hinge, and we were getting on really well, chatting.
Still in leadership at the church.
Still in leadership.
Yep.
Yeah.
Still in leadership.
And finding my wife. So I'm on the dating apps trying to find, and I found this good Christian woman, and we were chatting, and it was beautiful, and we swapped numbers. And then one Sunday, we had called each other, and had this like hour-long conversation, getting on really well. And I hung up the phone and almost immediately just broke down. Because I think the suppressed part of me couldn't be silent anymore.
Yeah.
And was just like, I can't do this. This is not who I am. This is not, it was almost like that part of me saying, this is not who you are.
What were restrictions like at that time? Like, was it isolation?
Yeah.
You video calling people and all that sort of stuff? Church was online?
Online church.
So you were alone as well.
But it was kind of perfect.
Yeah, it was.
In that I didn't need to front up to church and be, there on a Sunday and in front of people and all of that sort of thing. So it was easier, I think, for me to do it in that isolation. And then because no one knew how I was or, I could just be a broken shell of a man through that time.
That moment of breakdown, you hung up the phone with her, you break down. Are you able to process things because you're alone? Like, was there safety in that? Was that because you felt like you could?
Yeah.
You finally had the chance just to be you?
Well, and I think too, it was happening whether I wanted it to or not. I think it was just got to the point where it was too much, where I just was like, I actually just need to be me.
Yep.
And this is who I am.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to choose that.
Yeah.
And it was probably a couple of months after that I flipped the preferences on the app and was like, all right, well, if I am going to choose this, let's try it. Let's flip and see what happens.
Yeah.
And I met this really amazing man who we connected by chance. He was living in Sydney but was in Byron at the time. So for the fact that we even connected, because Hinge, the radius only goes so far, right? So he was within range, and we met. And I just remember seeing joy through his photos. I was just like, he just radiates joy. I have to meet him.
Yeah. And
we met, and he'd been on the same journey 2 years prior. So it was almost like, again, divine intervention being like, you need
it's so funny
him in your life.
The amount of people that you meet that have been on the same journey that just, how many of us are out there?
Oh, so many. But he got sent almost as like this guardian angel to be like, this is who you need for this period of time. He's going to help you and guide you through that. And he was like, walk this way because I've walked this before. Yeah. And I'm so grateful to him.
A safe person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we got close to making out one day, but I'm glad I didn't. I'm glad we didn't, because it would just, I think, would have
keep
ruined
things
the relationship.
Professional.
Yeah. Keep it tidy.
Yeah.
But he was so beautiful, and so and had, like I said, been through it 2 years ago.
When you flicked that switch on Hinge, still in leadership?
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
a little,
Yeah.
yeah.
And-
So, what? So you flick the switch on Hinge.
Yeah.
When do you tell them?
Yeah. When do you have that
When do you,
conversation?
yeah, and how?
Yeah. So, yeah, that all sounds great. But real quick, I've also made this life decision, but we're all good for Sunday. See you there.
Sunday's organised.
Yeah. How do you bring that up?
By the way,
Yeah.
as we're going out the door.
I met another guy on Hinge or Tinder, one of them, and we started dating. And so when we'd started dating, then I was like, okay, I have to have a conversation.
Yeah.
Because I can't go into this relationship without having this resolved. And there was another guy in the church that had been stood down from the worship team because he'd made his life choice.
Yep.
And that was all handled so poorly. And it was right at the time where I was about to have the conversation with my senior pastor, being like, hey, so this is what's up with me. And this happened to him. So it was almost like, I don't want to say like sacrificial lamb, but it was all that he took all the heat for me in a way. So then I was able to stand down from leadership in response to what was happening to him. And a number of us did that as protest. So one of my good friends who was a worship leader at the time and others that were in leadership positions all stood down from...
In disagreement and how this was handled.
Yeah.
That's
And
convenient.
It really shocked leadership at the time because they were like,
Why are
what's
people
going
standing
on?
down?
And we're like, what do you mean? We're like, where's the line? Like, what line have you drawn to say that it's okay for us to be on stage, but not for him?
Yep.
Like, where is that? And that's not okay with us. That's the reason why we are making this decision to stand out from leadership. So we did. So that was a good out for me in terms of I'm away from my responsibility. I'm already moving away. Not that they knew that at the time. But it was probably, I don't know, a month or so after that I got to have lunch with my senior pastors and just kind of, I'll let them know this is what's happening.
How was that?
It was really beautiful.
Okay.
Yeah.
They handled it better than the...
Well, yeah, because it was just us, and
Yes.
and I was already out of leadership by that stage, and you know, I said I know this changes things, and they said it does change things, but we don't have to talk about that today.
Yep.
We're just really so glad that you told us and that you feel safe enough to tell us, and yeah, their reaction was really beautiful. And then I had this relationship that I was able to go and have, which was this distraction from having to deal with what was happening in church.
Yeah. Love the distraction.
Love the distraction. He was a great distraction.
Yeah, I can imagine.
And two, has not ever had a faith or religious experience with church or anything. Deeply spiritual guy, but has no idea about religion. And
Isn't that so nice?
It's so nice, but
It's
it was
refreshing.
really hard to explain to him what was going on.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah. So I broke down one night. We were watching Queer Eye, and there was an episode in there where they go and help this beautiful black woman. I can't remember her name. They just call her Mama. And Bobby Burke was on it at the time, and he refused to step foot inside the church. So it was... And then he shared his story with her, and she was just this
A mess.
outpouring of unconditional love to him,
Yep.
which he hadn't felt since he'd been in the church. So it was all super triggering for me.
Yeah.
So I'm not just like crying, like tear down the cheek. I'm like sobbing,
mess,
my partner Alex at the time was just like, "Oh, you're not okay. Like, what's happening here?" You know?
Yeah.
And I'm like having to try to explain. And he was just like, I don't understand why you'd want to be a part of something that doesn't accept you for who you are.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, I get that, but it's complicated. There's years of
People
history.
won't understand it. They can't.
They can't.
No.
Unless you've been in it and unless you've experienced it.
There's no real understanding what that control is like, I guess.
And you liken it to family in a way, in terms of like church was my chosen family for so long.
Yep.
And in that I found belonging, safety, inclusion, community, like all of those good things.
Yeah.
Which have, and all of the personal growth that you do in church, you know.
That's it.
So I've grown to be a better human in there as well. Like, so there's some really good things. And I know that you only see the bad, but so we kind of, we had to talk through what that was and what that meant for me. And it's just hard walking away from that.
Yeah. But I imagine it would have been a great sounding board for you at the same time, because there's no preconceived ideas. There's no leaning one way.
Yeah, no. It was really super helpful. It was away from where church was, and it was in a really beautiful, safe space. And, we had a great relationship where we could be really open with each other. So, yeah, he was a really beautiful sounding board. Yeah. And so were other friends. I still had other friends that were, really happy about my decision to come out again.
Yep.
Come out
number
the streets.
Yeah. 2.0.
2.0. And so were my family. My family was so relieved
that you were being you.
That I was finally being me, Yeah. And I didn't expect that, It was a really beautiful reaction as well. I think, especially from Dad and his side of the family. It was it's been really, really nice.
I love that. I mean, a lot of gays talk about how they feel like they have to come out all the time. Like, it's not just one or two, but there's some significant coming outs. And you had two of them.
I've had two of them.
Had two significant coming outs. Good job.
Yeah, I had to do it twice. And the second time, oh my God, like that's just been incredible.
Yeah.
Like World Pride for me. So went to Mardi Gras in 2023 for Sydney World Pride. And marched across the Harbour Bridge.
Yes, I did the march.
Did you?
Yeah.
You were there.
It might be in one of my photos.
With 50,000 others
Yep.
of our community and allies.
How incredible was it?
Oh, just the sense of community and belonging.
I'm not on my own here.
I'm not on my own.
Yeah.
And for it to be led by really, powerful leaders in our community, and Prime Minister was part of that lead, and it was just and Sydney just put on World Pride so well. Like that whole thing was just done incredibly well. So to be there and to be a part of that was really beautiful. Back to Sydney, but I'm a different person when I'm back this time. Yeah. And not triggered by being on Oxford Street like I was back in my 20s.
Your party days.
In my party days.
Yeah. It's not a you're not getting flashbacks and
no, it was part of a healing journey now.
Yeah.
Not a triggering or trauma journey. So that was really beautiful. But I think too have found it hard at times to fully lean into the gay community, because I know how they feel about church and people that have been involved in church.
Yes.
But also needing to process a bunch of things in me, and being free to have sex now with men, being free to wear whatever the hell that I want to wear, be free to fly the rainbow flag, whatever that looks like.
Whatever the journey looks like, to just experience freedom.
To experience that freedom, Because I think, like you said in your episode, like a lot of that had been demonized for so long, and we weren't allowed to do those things. Or if you did do those things, that meant
purity culture, which I'm sure is another episode. Like it's like unpicking that and then realizing, like it's that whole having sex with men thing is just so liberating.
Oh yeah. So then I was able to,
you could do it all.
Really lean into the liberation.
So you came back to Sydney a new man for that World Pride, fully free.
A different man, and free. Probably the most free that I've ever felt. Yeah.
You had no like there was once a church boy living two lives. There was also the like party boy living the two lives and the shackles that would have had.
Yeah.
Now no shackles.
Now no shackles.
Oh,
Yeah.
would have been so good.
Yeah. The chains have been broken.
The chains. You're free and free indeed.
Chains been broken.
Yeah. I love that. So that was like a reawakening almost.
Yeah.
In a sense.
Still very much have my faith but I think similar to you and other people have really expanded that.
Yeah.
So where the view was kind of really narrow here in terms of what the church teaches you and what you're allowed to believe, fully busted those walls right open to be like, what else is out there? What is it that I believe? Lent into, Eastern things that you just weren't allowed to before. Tarot card readings, couldn't do that before. That was the occult. But just had one like 2 weeks ago, I'm on this spiritual journey that I'm discovering more about the universe, but also more importantly, me. And who I am and my place in all of that. Which is such a beautiful thing.
So, and do you find your place in all of that gets smaller and smaller and smaller the more you find out how large everything is?
How large everything is?
How vast.
Yeah. But I think
very humbling.
It gives you a different type of significance as well, And that's been a journey of going inward and doing the inquiry and doing the work and finding that in me. But also that brings up all of the other stuff that's in there as well. So being able to process that and find the right help and therapy and coaching and support and outlets and finding like-minded people as well to be able to do that with and finding that community again has been beautiful. And the community that I have around me now is just, so genuine and loving and open and it's incredible.
So Ben today,
2.0, 3.0,
4.0,
whatever version we're up to now. Living in Melbourne, which has been a whole new experience as well. But it's free, and I feel grounded now in a truth about myself that I had to keep hidden for so long.
You definitely are one of the most grounded people I know.
Oh, really?
I would say that. I feel very like you bring a calming presence into the room.
Oh, that's nice.
It is nice.
Thanks. It's cute.
Maybe they'll feel it through the airwaves.
I hope so.
Yeah.
But
it's just the chaos over here. Balance each other out.
The yin and the yang. The balance. Yeah. And that's the work. You've got to, I'm not just naturally that person.
Yeah.
I was the chaotic little extroverted party boy back in my 20s. Mm-hmm. The version of me now is very different only because I've had to, work on
And how does that feel?
Now?
To look back and see that and see where you are now and go, this is who I am. Like,
it's bizarre.
Yeah.
I look back on some of those times, at prison especially, I look back on and go, that didn't happen. Like, that feels...
When you told me, I didn't believe it.
You're like, that's not...
Nah, you're making this up.
You're making this up.
You're making this up.
It feels so long ago and feels worlds apart in a way that just, I go, it's bizarre to think that even happened.
Yeah.
But I think, to quote Cy Rogers...
Oh,
to just go full circle.
What?
There was a quote that he had around, I don't act as if my past never happened, but I learned to live a life beyond it.
Okay.
Which is still true for me today. My past happened. It is part of my story.
Yeah.
A huge part of my story, but it doesn't define who I am today.
No. That's true.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
I can't believe we're ending the episode with a quote from Cy Rogers.
Cy Rogers.
This will be horrifying to some listeners.
But I think this is the, be prepared for more,
I feel like we
quotes and
there'll be more trigger.
There'll be more.
Just be trigger warning for the whole for the whole podcast right here, right now.
Let's just give it right now. There'll be plenty of those, but gosh, a lot of them will be in jest.
Yes.
And they're not meant to trigger, but they're meant to
I think
laugh at them now.
Pulling them out and laughing at them like we do is the best form of therapy.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, what a life.
Yeah.
You just blown me away. Like, incredible. And to see, like, the word grounded that you used, the grounded human being that you are today, having been through those ups and downs, and that, like, there I think what we talked about in the last episode at the start was that there's thousands of stories out there, and ours are just shining some light on them. Like ours are two of thousands.
Thousands,
of hundreds of thousands. And there'll be things that people resonate with your story that weren't in mine, and things that people will resonate with mine that weren't in yours. And I think that's what's most important, and what I'm most excited to see happen now coming out of the introduction part A and part B.
Yeah. Yeah, because we've got some pretty amazing guests that have stories that, again, will blow you away. And where there
Not
are...
all of them are gay.
And not all of them are gay.
This isn't a gay podcast.
No. Inclusive of all the letters.
Yeah.
And our
Including
allies.
straight.
But a lot of them there'll be similarities that you can pick in our stories, and then there'll just be other stuff that's, and I think that'll bring the richness to this conversation, because we really want to have their perspective in the mix of all of this,
100%.
in this weird and wonderful, messy but beautiful mix.
Because we're queerfully made.
Because we're queerfully made.
Love it. Thanks for sharing your story.
Thanks for listening.